Yo, what's up, YouTube? With a great picture here, DGP back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. This is the off-season edition. This video is going to be kind of all over the place. All this stuff, all the information I'm giving you just happened to yesterday, I should say, because this video will be out yesterday. I recorded this at midnight, 12:23 a.m. 4:19. All this stuff that I'm relaying happened on the 18th of April. So I wanted to thinking about giving it to you guys and like break it up in videos, but I figured let me just throw all this together because some of this information we kind of already knew was going to happen, but I'll just touch on a little bit, and then some of the information is kind of new. So without further ado, let's get into it. As Patriot fans, go ahead, and as you guys supporting me, thanks for the support recently. Let me just take the time out. We have officially eclipsed 2,000 subscribers. Again, shout out to you guys. Y'all been holding me down, man. I appreciate all the support on the Patriot News, Patriots Talks, all that stuff, man. And then when the regular season come around, you already know I'm bringing that Patriots heat. So again, drop a like on the video, subscribe, all that stuff. But let's stop talking about the intro. Let's talk about why you came here. Let's talk about this Patriot news. So right here, let's talk about Mike Gillespie, if I'm saying it right. I think it's Gillespie. Please let me know if I'm saying it wrong. But he was a running back for the Buffalo Bills this past season. He was a restricted free agent. Restricted. So we signed him to an offer sheet. He agreed to an offer sheet today. 2 years, $6.4 million. And the deal includes $4 million in 2017. Now, the Bills have about 5 days to match this offer or decline it. So, which means if they match it, he'll stay with the Bills under the contract that we made up for them. But if they decline it, we'll get to keep Gillespie, and we'll have to give a 5th-round pick to the Bills in this year's draft. So, Bills currently have $10.8 million in cap space. So, if they were to keep him, which Gillespie is very cheap right now, that's a cheap deal, it's kind of going to hurt them because they won't have enough money for the rookies that they are trying to, draft and stuff with only 10.8 mil. So pretty much it looks like Gillespie, who is a power back. He was the power back, and Shady was, the kind of scat speed back, elusive back. So if we get Gillespie to this, this kind of, solidifies LeGarrette Blount's not coming back. Gillespie last season, he had his best season with 101 carries, 577 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So again, he is a power back, and if he signed, and we already agreed to offer sheet, this kind of lets you know, hey, LeGarrette Blount is not coming back. This, I don't know what happened between them and talking. I guess Blount tested on himself, and he got burnt. So, unfortunately for Blount, hopefully he can find somewhere else to find another job. Hopefully he finds somewhere else in the NFL, because I know he is a very good running back. But again, like I said in the previous video, talk about the running back situation. They did say, pretty much looking at it as teams are basically looking at Blount like, you were only good in New England, so how can we trust you? And again, Blount is 30 years old, and that's the age where running backs kind of wear down. So hopefully he gets another job, probably around training camp, or if a running back gets hurt, they'll bring Blount in and he can be that guy, but we'll see on that. And speaking on running backs, let's talk about Marshawn Lynch real quick. He's agreed with the Raiders, so now pretty much he has to get traded to the Raiders or released by the Seahawks, and he will sign with the Raiders. So he's not looking at us. And with this signing too, also means Adrian Peterson is from us. So out of those 3 names that I was talking about in the last video, in typical Patriot fashion, we don't even get a big name. We just get a guy who is just going to fit the system. So speaking of running backs, let's talk about the Super Bowl hero from Super Bowl 51, James Sweet Feet White. Now, he signed a 3-year extension yesterday. Again, all these deals happened in the same day. He signed a 3-year extension. The numbers have still yet to be released. I was trying to find out what the numbers are. Pretty sure, check if once this video uploads or after it, I will probably put it in the description, so check that out. But yeah, man, so we signed him to a 3-year deal. As you guys see, that kind of leaves Dion Lewis, whose contract I put up right now, this is Dion Lewis's last year, who we signed to a 2-year extension last year. This kind of puts Dion Lewis in, it's not looking good for Dion Lewis, a Neon Dion, to be in New England, because James White and Dion Lewis, they're kind of the same kind of back. But Dion Lewis, who has injury problems and everything, it kind of, we insure with James White, and, even though we're undefeated with Lewis plays, man, James White's a little bit younger. He has no injuries on his side, so we'll see. Maybe they'll keep Dion Lewis if they can get him to a cheap deal. But if he wants to get like a Shane Vereen type contract, or he wants to get really paid more than what we kind of were, if he wants to bet like LeGarrette Blount did, then, Dion Lewis might get burnt and he might not be back. So this doesn't look good, having Burkhead, having Gillespie, having all these guys signing these 2-3 year deals, and, Lewis contract's up next year. It's not looking good for him. So we'll see how that work out. So after that, let's talk about Danny Amendola. So he took a pay cut for his third consecutive year. Remember he signed a big contract, I believe, like 2-3 years ago, and then when number 83 left, he signed that contract. He was supposed to come in and replace him, but Edelman stepped up, and so pretty much every year we've kind of been restructuring that deal. It was back in 2003, actually. He signed a 5-year deal, and it was up to about $31 million, and he's been restructuring it for the past couple years. He did earn $16 million in 2016. So yeah, and this year I believe he's going to make about $5 million, I think, because he was scheduled to make about $6 million, and I think this year, he took that restructured pay cut. So, Danny Amendola restructuring his contract, as we typically like to do. So it kind of makes us, cap friendly, makes us better in cap space. He 2016, he was about $4 million cap in 2016. So again, reworking Amendola's contract where it doesn't really affect us on the cap hit. So that saves some cap space. And yeah, let's move on to the bigger news, and that is talking about cornerback Malcolm Butler finally signed his restricted free agent tender. He had until Monday to sign it, I believe, or if he didn't sign on Monday, I don't know what I can't remember what they said would have happened, but that doesn't matter. He signed his tender, $3.91 million. I'm just gonna say $4 million just for the video. Say $4 million tender for the 2017 season. So now this means he can be traded officially. Before, he's trying to get a deal. Hopefully they will sign him to an offer sheet. Teams did not get him first round pick, and then he was hoping that a team would maybe get a deal worked out, then go back to New England and say, listen, we got a deal already worked out for Butler. Let's go ahead and make this trade. But he has to sign a tender first. Now that he signed the tender, he can officially, the Patriots can now go about their business. And they pretty much have a week to do this because the draft is next week. So the Patriots can now finally, without even Butler's position, can just trade him up and trade him. So we'll see how that works out. Again, the Saints are looking to give us back that pick for that we gave up with number 32. Which pretty much does what was rumored in the earlier stages, which was Cooks for Malcolm Butler. So we'll see how that works out. And also with Malcolm Butler to sign over him, he's working out on his own. He's not coming to voluntary workouts. But if he is still on the team, which pretty much I see him, if he doesn't get traded before the draft, before the first round next week, then he'll stay on the team for this season, then be an unrestricted free agent next season. But if he's still on the Patriots and he does not attend minicamp June 6th to the 8th, the team can find him, and they will find him. And I know Malcolm Butler, he's not going to hold out to try to get a extension or so, because him getting fined would just make him lose a little bit more money that he made this year. So that is down the Butler situation. My thoughts on all these talks. Let's talk about Malcolm Butler real quick. I feel like again, I hope this is the plan where we just didn't want to sign him to an extension because it was no need for the leverage. I mean, we could have signed him to an extension and only paid him $600,000 this year, and then would have had to pay him a lot next year. But maybe again they want to do a wait and see, or even try to trade him, try to get more. Hopefully, Belichick signs this man, pays this man for his services because he deserves it. But again, I don't think he's going to get that Stephon Gilmore contract, and that's what he wants to get. And I think that's what kind of hurt us, because now he wants to get paid like that. Now with Mike Gillespie, I want LeGarrette Blount. I really do. I love LeGarrette Blount. But again, if I don't know the story between the two, Patriots like Secret Service, they don't tell us anything. But if the two sides, what it seems like, couldn't agree on the deal, getting this guy who, is a great power back, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all glad that we do that. Danny Amendola restructuring his contract. Of course, he's going to do it to stay a Patriot. And James White, of course, I love that deal. He's a Super Bowl hero this past year, and he's earned it. He's earned his money. Now, I hope we can keep Dion Lewis, too. I like having those two back there because they bring similar styles, but they can do different things and help this team even better. So that is my thoughts. Let me guys know. I know it's a lot of information. Let me know your guys' thoughts on every situation, on the Malcolm Butler situation, on the James White contract extension, on the Mike Gillespie contract oversee, and the Danny Amendola restructuring contract. So let me know you guys' thoughts down below in the description. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm going to leave a poll too. Check the poll right here, right now on the top right of your screen. which move you think was the best, the most important move the Patriots did? Was it the Butler signing, Gillespie offer sheet, the James White contract extension, or the Dan Amendola restructure? Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Again, appreciate the support. And, you know, I ain't going to force these videos, so when I have, you know, information, you'll get a video like that. Sometimes it'll be a week and a half, 2 weeks, because, you know, Patriots quiet. But when they drop all this news in one day, you get a video like this. So I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.